the tallest man in Black Africa. Gachagua of late has been doing things that would not be expected from somebody like Rigathi Gachagua. You know, Gachagua is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, na sasa yale mambo ambayo tunaona akifanya ni mambo ambayo labda wengi wetu hatungekuwa tunatarajia labda angeyafanya. For instance, we have seen him talking about demolitions in Nairobi, na he is criticizing Johnson Sakaja, na anasema kwamba zile bomoa ambazo tumeziona Nairobi, that when the time comes, wale watu ambao wamekuwa wakiongoza bomoa hizi za Nairobi watakuja kulia, watakuja kujuta. And many people asking many questions that if this is Rigathi Gachagua who is talking like this, and he is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, and we have 3 years to go, then Kenyans have all the reasons to get worried, kwa sababu we are in for a big drama. Tutakuwa na marubano makali, tutakuwa na mafarakano mengi, tutakuwa na hali ya atiati, kutakuwa na ugomvi mwingi sana, considering that it is Rigathi Gachagua who is now leading the opposition. And I think Rigathi Gachagua, guys, like the video, maybe you can comment in the comment section. Let me know where you are watching from. We will be live for just a few minutes, and we have found it necessary kutokana na vile ambavyo mwanetu Rigathi Gachagua amekuwa akilubana na serikali ambaye yeye yumo ndani ya ile serikali. And how I wish Rigathi Gachagua can do a number of things. I want Gachagua to lead demonstrations against the finance bill. If Gachagua can lead demonstrations against the finance bill, tunaweza kufurahi sana. Tunaweza kusema kweli Gachagua means business. Guys, do you think Rigathi Gachagua can lead demonstration against the 2024-2025 finance bill? Kwa hivyo ndivyo ambavyo tunataka, hivyo ndivyo ambavyo tungetaka kuona kwamba anaweza kuongoza taifa. Lucy, karibu sana. Karibu, thanks for joining me, and don't take it for granted. Lucy, Lucy, you have always supported me. So the fact that Gachagua is not coming out clearly, because we want to see practical things, sio tu kuongea. Tunataka Gachagua aongoze maandamano Nairobi, aongoze maandamano ili tuone ya kwamba anaongea kama mtu ambaye ako tayari kupigana na utawala dhalimu wa William Samoei Ruto. Because what Gachagua is trying to do, he is trying to detach himself from William Samoei Ruto's government. Anajaribu sasa ajiodoe ili watu waone yeye ni mzuri, lakini tunajua ukweli ni kwamba Gachagua ni yule ambaye wakati ambapo walikuwa kiapishwa, yule ambaye alimkashifu sana Rais Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Mnakumbuka vile ambapo walikuwa kiapishwa, wakati ambapo hata alikuwa anafanya makosa. So he started on a long footing and he has been attacking Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Sasa wakati anajitokeza hadharani na kuanza kupiga utawala dhalimu, Charles Musina, good morning Gachie, good morning Charles, karibu sana. So when Gachagua comes out and now start telling Kenyans about the demolitions in Nairobi, he wants to tell the world and everybody ya kwamba he was not part of the team. Yeye hakuwa pale wakati ambapo bomoa zilikuwa zikiendelea pale, wakati watu walikuwa nalalamika kule Nairobi. So if Gachagua is serious, let him lead the demonstrations in Nairobi. Let Gachagua come out very strongly, because if Gachagua can lead the demonstrations, hapo tunaweza kukubali ya kwamba Gachagua amebadilika. We can agree that he is changing. But when you look at Gachagua is not showing practical steps. Kwa sababu kuna zaidi, there is more than talking. Yes, he's doing something good. If you ask me, Gachagua is doing something good because he's antagonizing William Samoei Ruto. And I know these guys are going to expose so many things. Unajua hakuna kitu kibaya kama mali ya kuiba. Mali ya kuiba, unajua wakati moja itakuja kujulikana hii mali ni kuiba mliiba. Kwa hivyo hii serikali ni kuiba waliiba jamaa. Because I've always opined that when the time comes, it will be exposed in the daytime that Raila Amolo Odinga won the presidency, that Raila Amolo Odinga did not lose the Mount Kenyan votes, as many people have been saying. What you call mambo. And what we are seeing now, because these guys are going to expose each other, when you see Gachagua coming out very, very strongly, and anatuambia vile ambavyo mambo yalikuwa yanaendelea pale, then we have all the reasons to ask hard questions. Tunajiuliza maswali mengi. Tutaona haya mpaka lini jameni, kwa sababu tunazidi kuona mengi. Charles, asante sana, namuona mko pale. Apart from Wamushoba, I don't trust any other leader from Mount Kenya. By the way, Wamushoba is doing it very well, very well. Anafanya kazi vizuri sana. And I was listening to Wamushoba when she was talking about the finance bill. And I think Wamushoba, Gathoni Wamushoba, the Githunguri member of parliament, is leading the onslaught against William Samoei Ruto. And she's not missing any word. And I think it is high time hawa watu waungane kutoka mlima Kenya. And there's nothing wrong with people uniting. There's nothing. Hakuna kitu kibaya. But what William Samoei Ruto anataka watu wajue, vile ambavyo anaambia watu ni kana kwamba uniting is wrong. It is not wrong to unite. There's nothing wrong. A family should unite. A father should unite his family. The chief should unite his village. There's nothing wrong. Lakini because people want to be told that unity, watu wa kiungana ni vibaya. That is why you see, because you see, William Samoei Ruto is getting rattled. And that is why you see, he's sending akina Dede Nyoro. He's sending akina Kimani Ichung'wah pale. Because you see, these guys will be used by the president, atawatumia, and finally they'll be dumped. So I think Gachagua seems to have seen the light. If you ask me, Gachagua seems to have seen the light, and he seems to be doing the right thing. And this onslaught against William Samoei Ruto is very good if you ask me. It is coming at the right time. This onslaught coming from UDA itself is very, very important. Because I've always said that hii serikali ya William Samoei Ruto does not require opposition. Doesn't. In fact, the opposition is within UDA. Now, Gachagua now is coming out as the man who is going to lead the onslaught against William Samoei Ruto. And one thing I know, guys, please like the video as you watch, as we discuss issues here, because you see, sometimes we find it necessary to go live, especially when things are getting out of hand. When you look at William Samoei Ruto is busy moving from one country to the other. William Samoei Ruto is very busy going outside the country with a begging bowl and signing agreements, signing treaties. And sasa, how do we know that he's not selling our country? Because whatever he signs, it is never brought to the limelight. Whatever he signs, hakuna mtu ambaye anajua. Sasa kule Korea, kule ako, ni kipi ambacho, he has been signing many deals. And for sure he's signing. But the big question is, sasa, when will we know when our country is gone? Because you see, some of these things need to be brought into the limelight. Kwa sababu hawezi akaamka, anaamka, anaenda Korea, anaamka, anaenda Marekani, then he ink some deals, and there's no public participation. Even before going there, like now he's talking about, I don't know what he's talking about, kule, sijui tumepewa mabilioni magapi, a lot of many billions tumepewa pale. But you see, this is not enough. Before you ink that deal, it is important. Watu wanaketi chini, wanasema ndio hapa kuna mambo mengi ambayo yanaendelea hapa, kile ambacho tunafaa kufanya wakati naenda pale, I'm going to do this. So let there be public participation first kabla ya kwenda pale. Good morning Skyman, niko mzima kabisa. Nyamwea Joseph, good morning brother. Good evening here Skyman, asante sana Nyamwea. Thank you very much for joining this channel, this live show. And when you look now at our members of parliament, you see, the finance bill is headed to parliament. And you know very well that this is a draconian bill. You know, this is something that if you ask me, the finance bill is even illegal, by the way. It is illegal. The way it has been presented, it is wrong. The way public participation is being carried out, it is not following the law. Huo ni ukweli wa mambo. But Kenyans, unajua sasa kile ambacho sisi tunafanya, tunaamka tu, tunaenda kupiga kura, na tunapigia kura wale jamaa ambao ni fisadi kabisa, those who can actually be able to bribe mwananchi pesa nyingi. I think hao ndio ambao wanakuja pale, wanajipata pale, ndio wanachaguliwa kwenda bunge. And now watu wanakuja kugundua baadaye that the guys we sent to parliament, they don't care, they just went there for their own stomach. Wako pale kwa sababu ya maslahi yao wenyewe pale, they don't care about the common mwananchi. Guys, I think what we should do, let us watch these guys, see the guys who are going to vote for this finance bill, because the finance bill is draconian. It is punitive when you look at it, with so many taxes. Now, just like I was telling you, William Samoei Ruto signed an agreement with American government that ile matubo ya kuku, ile intestine, ile vichwa ambayo hailiwi na watu wa kule Marekani, ile miguu ya kuku, ati ndio tutakuja kuletewa hapa nchini Kenya, tax free. What does it mean to the abortees of the that are in our country? Hajamaa zetu ambao unajua kuna watu wengi ambao wanauza hizi nyama za kuku huko nchini Kenya. So what does it mean to their business? It means they have to close shops. Again, when you look at our government, it has opened our borders to tax-free eggs from any country from East Africa. And you know very well that the chicken feeds in Tanzania, and Uganda, and even in Rwanda, in many countries, is very cheap. Very, very cheap. And now when the guys open the boundaries, you open the borders, then it means kile ambacho tutapata ni kwamba the eggs are going to flood in Kenya. Na sasa mkulima wa kawaida ako wapi? And when they are doing this, ladies and gentlemen, I want to put it to you. Let me put it to you that some of these guys who are in government, actually in the executive, have opened poultry farms outside the country. And they're the same guys ambao wanatuambia kwamba tuite investors. They're telling us to bring investors. Or they themselves are busy investing outside the country. They don't care. They don't care, ladies and gentlemen. So hii mambo ya Gachagua na William Samoei Ruto ni mambo ambayo tutazidi sisi kufurahia. Unajua vita vya panzi ni furaha ya kuguru. Because what is going to happen? You know, just like William Samoei Ruto did. Unajua William Samoei Ruto did not know that mchiba kisima huingia mwenyewe. When he was actually blaming Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta for everything. When he was opposing Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, yet he was his deputy. Now it is time. Sasa ni wakati wake. Na anacharazwa kabisa. But because when you look at Rigathi Gachagua seems to be prepared for a fight. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think Rigathi Gachagua is prepared for a fight? Because from where I sit, Amrusi is saying, I think the DP is doing this for his selfish interest. Yes, I agree with you, Amrusi. He's doing it for his own selfish gains. But sasa, even if he's doing it for his own selfish gain, utaona kwamba mwananchi wa kawaida ananufaika. Ananufaika vipi? Ananufaika kwa sababu there is a voice in the wilderness. There is a voice that is telling William Samoei Ruto, no, hii hatutakubali. There is a voice that is actually trying to oppose the government of William Samoei Ruto. Because when you look at our opposition is in bed with the government. Wani ukweli, wamelala na serikali. And I think, I don't know whether they have started, because I was expecting Musalia Mudavadi and Raila Amolo Odinga, they are going to give a presser. I don't know whether they have started, because it was to start around 9 a.m. And the aim was to tell us pale mambo yamefika ya Raila kule kwenda African Union. So if you look at Raila Amolo Odinga already is in government. He's already working with William Samoei Ruto. And this government seems to, like it doesn't have an opposition. So when you say that we need an opposition, it is important that the government is getting opposition right from within. Na sasa kulingana na vile ambavyo mambo yalivyo, hawa watu wengi ambao tunaona katika serikali ya William Samoei Ruto, some of these guys cannot ask questions. Hawezi kuuliza swali. Hawezi kuuliza mtu swali. Kwa hivyo wakati ambapo tunaona Rigathi Gachagua akizungumza, wakati ambapo tunaona Rigathi Gachagua akiongea, ni nafuu kwetu. Ni furaha kwetu. Kwa sababu Rigathi Gachagua, you know, ni mtu wa ajabu. Gachagua ni mtu ajabu from all angles. This is a person who was in parliament for just 5 years. After 5 years, now the deputy president. And I think Gachagua has ambitions. And kuna watu, by the way, kuna watu ambao wameenda kotini ati the deputy president should not vie for the presidency after the term of the president is over. Ati this one will help the government to work together and it's going to tame the ambitions of the deputy president. You see, this is men. Ukiangalia wale watu ambao wameenda kotini, kama ni watu wa UDA, wameenda kotini ili kuhakikisha kwamba Gachagua does not vie for the presidency. Because all said and done, William Samoei Ruto should accept this. He should accept that the government is not popular. William Samoei Ruto should accept that he is losing the grip of this nation. He should accept that. The Kikuyus who propelled him to State House are no longer with him. Lesson learned here is treat others the way you'd like to be treated. It is true. I agree with you. I'm Lucy. I agree that you cannot treat people the way you want, and then when your time comes, you start crying, you start lamenting. So the other day, I heard Gachagua saying that watu watulie kwa in their constituencies, but yeye wakati wa Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta hakutulia. Alafu nani akajitokeza, William Samoei Ruto came out and told Taga guys waanze kutagataga Kara Kogolos. What's up G? Kile ambacho tunazungumzia ni Rigathi Gachagua and William Samoei Ruto vile ambavyo wanalubana. And I'm saying it is good, and I'm saying that Gachagua should take the game higher and lead demonstrations against finance bill. That is the only way Gachagua atapata watu. Lakini akienda kuongea tu vile without showing any actions, because he need to take action. He need to come out. He need to go to the street. Tumuone pale akiita watu, akiongoza maandamano wakipiga. Because you see, all said and done, Gachagua is a strong proponent. Now, na unajua kwanza pale beleni tuliona akipiga mswada wa BBI. But today Gachagua is leading the onslaught against William Samoei Ruto. And he's telling Kenyans that we need one man, one vote, one shilling. And William Samoei Ruto is telling him, no, all parts of the country should be developed equally. And William Samoei Ruto is also saying that there's no tribe, no one tribe is going to be allowed to leave others behind, to develop more than the others. This is selfish, if you ask him. It is wrong. It should not happen. So the reason why I'm saying that William Samoei Ruto is not leading this country in the right direction is because when you look at William Samoei Ruto, today if you go to Mombasa, utapata ya kwamba majani chai have been dumped there. Imejaa pale. Hakuna mahali pa kupeleka. Imejaa pale. Grade 2 tea, especially from Kericho, because grade 2 tea comes from Kericho. Lemuru, we have grade 1. Githunguri, we have grade 1. Kule Githumu, from Murang'a, grade 1. Kule Nyeri, grade 1. So grade 2 coffee, not coffee, sorry for that, I beg your pardon. Grade 2 chai, tea, imekaa pale, imekosa mahali pa kwenda. Because William Samoei Ruto, what he did, because of entering some agreement with some funny countries, anakuja kuudua kwamba alichezwa. Anachezwa kusema kweli, William Samoei Ruto anachezwa. Farita anasema nini? 2 years and this is happening. DP Gachagua, take the bull on the horse. That is what we want and we are happy. Veritas, we are happy when these guys are putting in different directions. We are happy because there is a voice that can tell William Samoei Ruto no. Because unajua hapo beleni hungepata mtu hata mmoja akizungumzia swala kupiga William Samoei Ruto. Kote kunyerezi kati ya Rigiji na Ruto, mzozano wao nini exactly? Unajua the reason why kuna mzozo is because William Samoei Ruto want to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. If he's not going to impeach him, he want to replace him with Anne Waiguru as his running mate in 2027. Na Gachagua amejua hivi. And because he believes that, no, William Samoei Ruto believes that Gachagua is very unpopular. And Gachagua is trying to prove to William Samoei Ruto, no, I'm not that popular as you think. William Samoei Ruto strongly believes that Rigathi Gachagua has no political power, has no backing. And therefore, what is happening is that Rigathi Gachagua is trying to show him, no, I have my base. I have my political base. If you look at Gachagua is trying to bring the people of Nairobi behind him. That is why in my latest video, you heard him complaining and accusing readers of Nairobi, especially Sakaja, kutokana na kule ati kubomoa nyumba Nairobi. Anaambia kwamba you have a date with destiny, you have just 3 years, mmekuwa mkibomoa nyumba za watu Nairobi, mmekuwa mkifanya hivi. So Gachagua is also trying to bring Nairobi kwa kikapu. He's trying to bring Kikuyus in Nairobi. He's trying to bring the people of Mount Kenya together, such that when it comes to bargaining in 2027, he'll have something. You know what happened? Hawa watu kwanza walibomoa nyumba zao. Jubilee wakakubali kubomoa nyumba yao. Wakati walibomoa nyumba yao, wakaingia nyumba ya mgeni UDA. Mwenyeji sasa amewafukuza na ameanza na yule ambaye alikuwa aliigiza kichwa, miguu na sasa mwili wote ulikuwa pale ndani. Sasa kile kinafanyika katika UDA, Gachagua anafukuzwa kutoka nyumba ya wenyewe, na yeye amejua kwamba he can construct his own political house. That is why he's trying to have a political base in Nairobi. That's why he's trying to now criticize William Samoei Ruto, Johnson Sakaja, na hao watu ambao wamechaguliwa Nairobi, especially those who are in government. That is why he has been trying to unite the mountain. That is what he wants, because you see, when you look at the mountain, kusema kweli, Gachagua anajua vizuri sana. You know, this guy knows what is happening in the country. Usifikiri ati Gachagua amejitokeza tu hivi, ameanza kuongea tu ati mambo za mlima nini. Anajua kitu kimoja. Gachagua knows very clearly that the people of the mountain have voted out of William Samoei Ruto's government. Hili ni jambo ambalo analijua. Anafahamu vizuri sana. Hello guys. Like the video guys as you enter, comment. So anajua hivi vizuri sana. And there's no way in this country you can bargain. There's no way you can enter in a political deal with other politicians if you don't have a backing. You only need to look at the way Jubilee was formed. Kulikuwa na URP, William Samoei Ruto akakuja na watu wake. Kulikuwa na Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, alikuwa na TNA. They formed Jubilee. So each had a base. And now, Rigathi Gachagua is now, hiki ndicho sasa anatafuta kwa sababu anajua hana. And now, if the people of the mountain are going to agree to rally behind Rigathi Gachagua, then he can be able to bargain. And if the people of Nairobi again can rally behind Gachagua, then he can have a political bargain. He can have something on the table. But now he has nothing. He has nothing. Because the people of the mountain are behind Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And by the way, kuna watu ambao hataki kusikia hivi. Huu ni ukweli wa mambo. Ask us, we are the people who are living in the mountain. We will tell you that people want to see Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. If Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta can hold a meeting today, ajitokeza tuseme kwa mfano mahali kama Uhuru Park, Nairobi would come to a standstill. I tell you, Nairobi would come to a standstill. If Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta can hold a meeting in any part, like now Nyeri, ama ende pale Kirigiti, Kiambu, mahali popote, ama Meru, I'm telling you, the country will grind to a halt. Kila kitu kitasimama. Because Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta ni mtu ambaye anapendwa sana na watu. And now, unajua kuna watu ambao hawakuwa wanajua vizuri sana. You know, people thought whatever was being done by Jubilee ilikuwa inafanyika kwa sababu ya William Samoei Ruto. But now people have realized it is not the case. People have realized that walikuwa wanadanganywa. People have realized that the person who was working is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And they have realized that, you know, William Samoei Ruto was overrated. He was overrated. Hivyo ndivyo watu wamekuja kugundua. Wamekuja kuona ya kwamba sasa there was no need of even actually voting for UDA, because UDA is actually destroying this nation. UDA is actually killing our economy. UDA is actually destroying our businesses. For those of you who are in Nairobi here, and I know there are some people, I can see somebody here who, in this comment section who is in Nairobi. You can tell us what is happening in Koba. One, houses are being demolished. And after these houses are demolished, what is going to happen? These guys in government, they are going to take over these plots and sell them to unsuspecting Kenyans. They are going to make a kill out of these deals, out of these places. Hivyo ndivyo ambavyo wanafanya. Immediately UDA took over the leadership of this country, grabbing of land was escalated. I myself witnessed guys who came at night ati kwa sababu UDA imeshida, wakachukua barabara, wakajenga manyumba huko. Today the houses are still on the road reserves. Nobody could stop them. Kwa sababu what was happening is that people were told that it is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta who had made this country to be very poor. Charles Musina is saying, Kimani Kuria is the chairman of Finance and National Planning Committee. Kimani Ichung'wah is the majority leader of the National Assembly. And Dede Nyoro is the chairman of the Budget and Appropriation. Yes, you see, this is very much deliberate, Charles. William Samoei Ruto has put the Kikuyus at strategic position such that he can have what we call perception value, that Wakikuyu watakuwa wakiangalia one hii serikali ni yetu. Because you cannot tell me why Kimani Kuria is the chairman of finance and the National Planning Committee, Kimani Ichung'wah the leader of the majority, Dede Nyoro the chairman of the budget and appropriation. Kwamba unajua yote ambaye anataka pesa lazima apitie kwa hao watu. Lazima kama unataka pesa, allocation of money maybe for mradi fulani, lazima upitie kwa Dede Nyoro. That's why you see Dede Nyoro is transversing the country. Dede Nyoro anasafiri kila mahali, anaenda kila mahali kote nchini, na wakati anaenda kote nchini, kile ambacho anafanya, he's campaigning. And what he's trying to do, you know, Dede Nyoro has been promised by William Samoei Ruto that will be supported in 2032. And I think William Samoei Ruto has also promised him that he's going to be his running mate. So he's trying to actually to cast an image of a national image. Again, when you look at the majority leader, kile kipo pale, na because William Samoei Ruto knew from the beginning that wale watu ambao labda wangeweza kumtatiza ni Wakikuyu, like it happened during wakati wa Moi. The Kikuyus and the Luos and Luyas, they came together and were able to oppose Daniel Toroitich arap Moi. So William Samoei Ruto knows very well that with now the Kikuyus on his grip, and that's why these guys were placed there. Sasa wale watu ambao labda wangeweza kumpiga ni Waluo, and now he wanted to neutralize the Luos by appointing Kikuyus or placing Kikuyus in strategic positions. So such that when you want a draconian bill, because all this bill, unaona, we can go further and you look at treasury. Ukiangalia treasury amepea huyu Thuge, amepea Wakikuyu vile vile, wamewekwa pale kimakusudi, ndio wakati wa kupiga kura, Wakikuyu wawe wanaambiwa hii serikali ni yetu. I've been telling you that guys that one thing that these guys have been saying is that wamekuwa wakituambia, si mnajua hii serikali ni yenu, mnajua Kimani Ichung'wah ako pale, si Dede Nyoro ako pale. They have been telling us these narratives kila wakati, wakituambia kwamba hii serikali ni yetu, sijui nini. But unknown to many, what is happening is that these guys kile ambacho kinafanyika ni kwamba wamewekwa pale wajitajirishe wao wenyewe au wajilipe. Because you see, I strongly believe that these guys contributed so much money for William Samoei Ruto's campaign in 2022. And that is why they have been placed there. Sasa nimekuweka pale, wewe ukipata pesa zako ni sawa. Because I understand these guys are now very, very rich. Within 2 years, the guys are very, very rich. Especially these Kikuyu guys that you are seeing here. Most of the deals ambazo mnaona zikitajwa pale, utapata ya kwamba mikono yao iko pale. Their hands are not clean. Their hands are not very, very clean. And when you look at William Samoei Ruto, you realize one thing, that William Samoei Ruto is not talking about corruption. Why do you think he's not talking about corruption? It's because he has allowed these guys to root the country. If you look at the inflation is rising every day. In fact, last month, iliongezeka. Charles is also saying, what does this say about the mountain? Kote Kunyezi. So do you think Rigiji can work with the likes of Kioni and Karua? That is a big question, by the way. Kote, that's a big question. But unajua politicians can work together if their interests converge. If the interest of Rigathi Gachagua converge with the interest of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and that is why he now want to work with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And that is why Rigathi Gachagua did not condemn Lemuru 3, because his interests were converging with what was happening in Lemuru 3. So that means, I'm saying this to answer Kote question. If the interests of Rigathi Gachagua and Martha Karua converge, they will work together. The problem would be trust, because Gachagua suffers from trust deficit. The way he attacked, in fact, the greatest mistake that Gachagua made ni kule kumpuza, kule kumkashifu Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. That is the greatest mistake that he made. Otherwise, kama hakufanya hivi, labda watu wangemsikiliza. But in politics, there are no permanent enemies, there are no permanent friends. Anything can happen. What is likely to happen is that before 2027, there will be a lot of alignment. There will be a lot of alignment. And most likely, you may find even Kalonzo, Raila Amolo Odinga, and William Samoei Ruto working together. You may find it happening this way. For instance, Charles, under their nose, Ikuyu is being harassed on punitive taxes. So sad, in fact. Farita anasema, filthy rich, this shall pass. Yeah, this too shall pass. It is true. Because wakati waliingia pale, the first thing they did is to tell Kenyans that they found empty coffers, which was a lie. And the reason why they told us they found empty coffers is because they wanted to steal. The reason why, ni kama unajua sasa, mkiambiwa nyumba hamna kitu, watuambia hamna kitu. Ukiambiwa hamna kitu, so you say there's nothing to steal. So when they were telling us there were empty coffers, kile ambacho walikuwa wanataka ni Wakenya wasiulize maswali wakati pesa zao zinaibwa. And they wanted to demonize Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And they did. And successfully they did. And now, sasa wakati wa kuiba, wakati umefika. Sasa unajua sasa what is happening now? Kwa sababu ni wakati wa kuiba. Unajua si serikali ya kuiba. Tuseme ukweli. Kila kitu ni kuiba. Wanaiba tu. Tumeona the corruption that is happening. You have seen what the Auditor General is telling us. You have seen what the control of budget is telling us. Ukiangalia ni wizi tu. So what is happening? Because of tender wars. Unajua lazima wangangane kwa sababu ya tender. Huyu anataka pesa zake, huyu anataka pesa zake. Because of all this, these guys have to keep on fighting. And they can, that's why they are differing. That's why you see akina Sudi pale wakiwa na pesa nyingi, because wanabeba pesa kwa magunia. Every Sunday they are moving from one church to the other, counting millions and millions of money. Unajiuliza hizi pesa zinatoka wapi? Haron, serikali ni yetu, ni yenu when you see developments coming on your doorstep. As Olo. Example, roads, hospitals, etc. But because being told that we have appointed fulani, hiyo ni tubo moja inashibishwa. Ni kweli. Haron, I can tell you this. Politicians are after their own interest. So mtu akichaguliwa pale ni yeye na watu wake, ni yeye na mke wake, ni yeye na watoto wake, ni yeye na brother zake. Because in Kenya what we have is a pyramid of corruption, whereby president comes, he brings his people. After bringing his people, his relatives, and then he brings his clan. Wanakuja pale. Ndio watu wafugwe macho, he appoints some few guys from other individuals. That's why you see now this pyramid of Kikuyus and Kalenjin pale kwa cabinet na PSs and what. Na wao wanaleta watu wao. Yani na hao wameleta watu wao na wanaendelea kuleta watu wao. So they end up forming a pyramid of corruption. And this is very clear. It is demonstrated by William Samoei Ruto's government. And it is very, very clear. So hatuwezi tukasema ati kwa sababu Dede Nyoro ako pale, ati Wakikuyu wananufaika, ati kwa sababu Kidiki yako pale, Wameru wananufaika. If you look at these guys, sasa, you realize one thing, that they are very rich. You cannot deny that fact. And they have accumulated a lot of wealth within a very short time. But even after accumulating a lot of wealth, sasa uangalia wakulima. Wakulima wana namna, hatuna pesa, sisi hatuna pesa, huo ni ukweli, hatuna pesa. Even after they accumulate a lot of money, angalia the hustlers now. Angalia mtu wa mkokoteni. kutoka Kiharu ana nini? Labda kuna mtu wa mkokoteni hapa Kiharu atuambia kuna nini? Angalia mtu wa Kikuyu. If you go to Kikuyu, by the way, if you go to Kikuyu, you realize that Kimani Ichung'wah has lost completely the popularity. Kimani Ichung'wah is no longer popular in kule Kikuyu. Na ni swala ambalo linawasumbua sana. Na if you ask, you see what we are saying, placing these guys on strategic positions, sio kumaanisha ati ni Wakikuyu wanafaidika. If you look at wao Wakikuyu wengi, if you look at these guys like Moses Kuria, they don't care, by the way, whether they will be sacked or not. They don't care. And they talk the way they want because they know kuna jambo ambalo wanajua kuhusu hii serikali. They know how the government was able to ascend to power. They know how rigging was done. And therefore, William Samoei Ruto not do much. William Samoei Ruto cannot do much about these guys. So kile ambacho tunakuwa tukidanganywa. I want you to look at the finance bill. When you look at the finance bill, angalia mkulima. Kama kuna mtu ataumia ni mkulima. And these guys are not talking about the finance bill, by the way. Haron is saying 2 years down the line, naona wheelbarrow yachemka, I think what was mean, yachemka teke milimani on top kukiwa na hustlers wakipiga duru. So sad. Skyman, you look less stress. What's up? Ni mtu ananipigia hapa. Just answering a call. Niko sawa kabisa. Kile ambacho tunasema ni kwamba when you look at our members of parliament, by the way, we don't have a parliament. We don't. And if you are here and you're a member of parliament, you can tell us whether you have a parliament. Because hii sio bunge ya ile ambayo tulikuwa tunaona akina Martin Shikuku. Remember, the good debaters, Martin Shikuku, akina Masinde Muliro, akina Mwai Kibaki, akina James Orego. We don't have a parliament. What we have is a member of parliament, watu ambao wako pale na kile ambacho wanafanya kulingana na vile serikali ya William Samoei Ruto inataka. So instead of representing the common mwananchi, kile ambacho wanasimamia William Samoei Ruto. They look at the interests of William Samoei Ruto. They don't care about the interests of the common mwananchi. They don't care. Because when you compare, I want you to compare the members of parliament. Angalia hao wabunge wetu, uwaliganishe na Gathoni wa Musyoba. Gathoni wa Musyoba is very clear that the finance bill is punitive. Gathoni wa Musyoba is very clear. And that is why we are going to take Gathoni wa Musyoba back to parliament. Tutamrudisha tu bunge mkiona pale. Nyinyi ambao what you are doing, mnatutia kitanzi. Unajua kuweka mtu kitanzi. Kwa kitu tunasema uita modo. That's what you are doing. Mmetutia kitanzi, tuwapeleka kule bunge. Sasa mmempatia William Samoei Ruto kitanzi, atutie pale, atunyoge kiuchumi. Na sasa kwa sababu tumenyogwa kiuchumi, hatuna namna. This is very wrong. This is very, very wrong. And you guys, I think even your concerns, I'm addressing the members of parliament because I know some of them watch this channel. Some of them are here, and if they are not going to watch this channel, even if they are not here, they are going to watch this channel once we upload the video. So what these guys are doing, they are just there, and they are not doing anything, and they know very well that hii mambo ya atigari uwe unalipia 2.5%. I don't know what they are calling it, which tax they are baptizing it. Joseph Waitito. Hi, Mrs. Gachie. You guys calling me Waitito. I'm not Mrs. Gachie, it's Mr. Gachie. Joseph Waitito. Hi, Mr. Gachie. Thank you for your clarification. So these guys, kile ambacho wanafanya, wako pale, yani, as long as their hands are, wamewekewa kitu pale na the executive, hawajali, even if the country is auctioned. This is what is going to happen before the finance bill. Wataitwa State House. Mtaona tu, mtaangalia. Wataitwa State House na William Samoei Ruto, which is wrong. It should not happen because this is a government that has 3 arms of government. We have the legislature, where we have the parliament and the Senate. We have the executive led by the president, and we have the judiciary. So there's no way the legislature can bow to with the executive. Sasa hata kule kuitwa, kwa sababu wanaitwa State House, wanaambiwa nione mmoja akijaribu kuvote against the finance bill. And by the way, William Samoei Ruto does not even mince word wakati anawaambia hivi. So they vote to please William Samoei Ruto. They don't vote. They don't vote to defend you. They don't vote for Wajiko. They don't represent Wajiko. Wako pale. And you see, if I'm telling you that this country requires a demonstration against the finance bill. And if you are here, you agree with me, you can write, I agree. This country, because you see, Kenyans need to express themselves. And according to our constitution, that clause of peaceful demonstration is there. So what should happen is that Kenyans should come out, demonstrate against the finance bill, wajitokeze, walalamike, waseme ya kwamba hii mambo ya finance bill si mzuri, hii mambo ya finance bill inatumiza, hii mambo ya kutuambia ati unaongeza taxes. See, William Samoei Ruto has introduced new taxes. William Samoei Ruto has increased taxes. Everything is haywire. Kila kitu kimeharibika. Nothing seems to be going in the right direction. Nothing seems to be working in William Samoei Ruto's government. So sasa kile Wakenya wanafaa kufanya, sometimes it is good to say no. But sasa Wakenya wakinyamaza, tukinyamaza, when will this government know that it's not doing the right thing? Because you see, we need to go clause by clause in a public participation. Hii tunaambiwa hivi. This is the way the government is going to collect taxes. This is the way the government has been collecting taxes. This is the way we have been spending our money. This is the way we have been spending your money, that is. Sasa ubaya sasa ule upo, sisi wa Kenya tuko pale, tumenyamaza, tunakubali kile ambacho tunaletewa. It is wrong. It should not happen. Na sasa what members of parliament should do, wakati wataitwa kule Ikulu na William Samoei Ruto, because I know once he settles back, when he comes back and settles, he's going to call members of parliament kule Ikulu waambiwe vile ambavyo watamfinyilia mwananchi wa kawaida. Imagine, can this happen in Congress? Surely. Can this happen in America? That Joe Biden aite the congressman abi sasa vile nataka mfanya hivi. One thing I like about America, the Senate and the Congress will always stand with the people. The Senate and the Congress will always side with the people. If the people want A, B, C, D, they will do it that way. But look at our members of parliament. They look at what William Samoei Ruto wants. And William Samoei Ruto has already promised Kenyans that he's going to introduce more taxes. He's going to increase taxes. And this means that anytime William Samoei Ruto wakes up, he wakes up and think how he's going to cause more pain to Kenyans. Every day. Anaamka nitafanya nini ndio hawa watu waudhike kabisa. And I've been asking myself, why should the president wake up every day and plan how he's going to cause more pain to his countrymen? Instead of, like now, Kibaki would wake up, think about the nation, think about a certain department. Kwa mfano, labda ageamka aanze kuangalia miundo msingi ya barabara. Tutafanya nini hapa? He could call some ministers. Mutahi Kagwe, kuja hapa wewe, ni assistant minister wa communication what. Tutafanya nini? Iwe tuwe na more penetration ya fiber optic. Raila Amolo Odinga kuja hapa, barabara tunafanya nini? And they would discuss. But this is not what William Samoei Ruto operates. William Samoei Ruto is a one-man show. One-man show. This is William Samoei Ruto. And if you're here and you're in government, you can tell us the way William Samoei Ruto operates. Because what we see is a one-man show. What we see is a president who says anything without caring. It's a president who can wake up and without caring whether he's breaking the law, anaambia watu sasa, mnajua nini? Hii ndege mnajua, nyinyi mnaandika nilikuwa ati na natumia jet ya sijui 200 million. Na hamjui hii ndege. Rafiki yangu aliamka kaniambia sasa, Mr. President, hii ndege nitakupea na 10 million. Imagine. He already breaks the law. The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission should have called the president to order, because as a president he's not supposed to give, he's not supposed to receive gifts. But you see, William Samoei Ruto hajali, anaamka tu na kuambia hivi, nilifanya hivi, mfanye vile mtafanya. I think this is ground for even impeaching William Samoei Ruto. In fact, if it were a developed country, William Samoei Ruto should have been impeached in the morning. He should have been impeached in the morning. Asubuhi na mapema angekuwa ameng'atuliwa. Kama ingekuwa mahali pengine, at the president is receiving gift worth 10 million, and you know very well you are not supposed to receive gift, and if you surrender, if I think according to the law or Public Officer Ethic Act, once you receive a gift worth, is it 10,000, you're supposed to surrender it to the government. He never surrendered. So here comes the president again, who wakes up, calls members of parliament in State House, and abia nione mmoja. Let me see anybody trying to vote against the bill. Guys, like the video please as you come. Like the video as we watch Rigathi Gachagua's next move, because Rigathi Gachagua, most likely, he is likely to be the leader of opposition. Shiro Rose, Kenyans are tired of this government, but hatuongei, we supposed to express our pain. If we are silent, they assume we are okay. That is true, Shiro. That is true. Silence means content. Yani contentment. Yani kutosheka. How me sometimes the language flies. So what we are saying here is that once Kenyans keep quiet, unaona, like now ukienda kule Nyamakema utaona mambo mengi yakiendelea, mambo mengine maovu yanaendelea kule Nyamakema. Unapata jamaa wanatozwa kodi, jamaa waje niwaambie kule Nyamakema, you know what is happening. Hapo beleni you could bring a container, half a container, mnashikana watu wawili watatu wanne hivyo hivyo, na mnalipa pesa zote, tax mnalipa yote ikiwa pamoja. Today it is not the case. You can only bring vitu vyako na ulipe nini yako, sio ati vitu vikiwa pamoja. It's not the case. Angalia wao jamaa wanaagiza simu, those guys who are importing cell phones. Hapo beleni, no matter the price of the phone, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta would just ask for 200 shilling. Imagine, that was okay. Kama ni Nokia, kama ni Samsung, kama ni iPhone, just 200. That's a tax, which is fair. But William Samoei Ruto is demanding 18% of that price. 18%. Sasa ukiangalia like iPhone, 18% of iPhone, tayari ana pesa gapi? So you find that by the way, hata simu zinakosekana. By the way, if you go to Rudhuri Avenue, simu wakati mwingine zinakosekana, because these guys, kile tunapata simu zinakuja, but they cannot be able to clear them because of the tax. Eda Gekoba vile vile, Gekoba, unajua hapo beleni, I think you would pay just a small fraction of mituba, au gelipa fraction, a certain fraction. Today William Samoei Ruto is taxing mituba guys like nobody's business. Jamaa mituba wanalia, wanalamika, and these guys, they are just there, wananyamaza tu. First they came for the Jews. I know what to talk because I was not a Jew until they came for me. Now aenda kule tena wapi? Grogon, kule Grogon, angalia kule the motorcycle spare parts. The same trend is being repeated. The same story is being repeated. Kwamba jamaa wanatozwa kodi, jamaa wanalipa kila kitu, and William Samoei Ruto is not stopping. William Samoei Ruto is causing a lot of pain, because I've told you, William Samoei Ruto wakes up every morning to cause more pain. He wakes up to think of how he's going to cause more pain to this nation. He wakes up to think of how he's going to paint this nation. Yani, unajua, watu wanaambiwa kwamba ni maendeleo, mtakuja you finally we are going to appreciate William Samoei Ruto. Lakini sasa tunajua ukweli, siku jema huonekana asubuhi. Yes, siku jema huonekana asubuhi. Lakini sasa tuwezi tukagoja ati usiku ndio tunasema William Samoei Ruto anafanya hivi, amejaribu mambo mengi, ametuletea hivi. Hakuna kitu tunaona. If I ask you, William Samoei Ruto has visited so many countries. I think nafikiri sasa ako karibu kufikisha 100. Ako karibu kufikisha 100 by the way. What has he brought to this country? Like now you remember when he was in America, alituambia that there's an American company that was going to make Kenyans work from Ruiru. How many are working from Ruiru? Na sasa ni wangapi wanafanya kazi kule Ruiru, niambieni. Labda uko hapa unafanya kazi ile umeajiriwa na the American company because that is what was promised. Is this what is happening? Mwangi Mohammed, nice, yeah. Mwangi, are you working from Roiro? Maybe you can tell us. Are you working for an American company in Roiro? This is the president who told Kenyans, who told the youth, mtakuwa mnafinya tu dola zinatoka. Mnafinya computer dola zinatoka. Wacha tufinya computer hapa tuone kama dola zinatoka. You see, we need to be honest. We need to tell people the truth. How about the highest economy of all time? That is what we are being promised. We are being promised heaven on earth. Lakini hizi ni zile stories za jaba. Kusema kweli, hizi ni zile stories za jaba. Yale tu ambayo tuliambiwa tangu mwanzo. Yale ambayo tuliambiwa mtaona hivi. Mbeba kina mama vile ambavyo mliambiwa. Mliambiwa kwamba ati kile mama akipata mtoto diapers, I don't know for, is it 3 years? Diapers. Ni wagapi ambao wanapata? What he has done is to increase the taxes. Imagine, he promised free diapers, but now he has increased the taxes. Again, you remember, he promised Kenyans about free internet. Yani, hamtakuwa mkitumia pesa kupiga simu. Hamtakuwa mkitumia pesa kupiga simu. Today, is that the case? Really? And we believe William Samoei Ruto. Guys, please like the video. Subscribe to this channel. If you have never subscribed, just subscribe, hit that red button. You subscribe to this channel such that anytime we upload a video, utakuwa ukiona yale ambayo tunazungumzia. Because we are looking at the state of our country. We are looking at the situation of our country. Because yale mambo ambayo tunaona ni mambo ya ajabu. Mambo ya ajabu where the deputy president is the greatest opponent of his boss. Is the theater of the absurd. And we are asking Rigathi Gachagua to lead the demonstration against finance bill. That would be very, very good. If, by the way, let me ask you guys, if Rigathi Gachagua lead demonstrations against finance bill, what would you say about Rigathi Gachagua? Would you be happy? Would you be happy? Would you be happy, guys? Because that would be the greatest move. You know, in politics, you need to come up with things that would scare everyone. Things that are not expected. If Gachagua leads demonstration against finance bill, that would be very good. That would be the stroke of a genius. Lakini sasa kuongea tu hivi ati naambia watu unite, that is not enough. Gachagua, in fact, should be on the street now, preaching the gospel of 1 man, 1 vote, 1 shilling, if that is what you want. Because you see, if we can do it, it will be very, very good. Mwangi Mohammed, no, I'm not. Mugu Muba die ataokoa Kenya. We need to pray for our motherland. Yes, prayers are very, very important. And we have been praying. Mwangi, we have been praying for this nation. Kenyans are prayerful. But sasa, sema kwa mfano, ukiombea mwizi, Mwangi nikuuliza swali hili, on a right note, ukiombea mwizi atatoroka. Mwizi sasa utafanya nini? You sometimes amani haiwezi kupatikana ati kwa maombi. Haiwezi. What Kenyans need to do? What Kenyans need to do is to tell William Samoei Ruto that we are fed up with these taxes. We are fed up. Watu wa matatu. The fuel should be coming down by now. There's no justification for increasing fuel prices in this country. There's no justification. Watu wa matatu, watu wa magari, tujitokeze, tuwambie William Samoei Ruto no. Tuongee ukweli, tumwambie ukweli. And these guys who are in UDA, these guys who are in government, stop singing Hosanna to William Samoei Ruto. Stop telling him that things are okay when things are not okay. Things are not okay if you ask him. Hakuna mambo si mazuri. Mambo ni mabaya sana. Mambo ni mabaya sana. Because you see, there are some farmers who have not been paid. I've been talking to farmers. Even today I will talk to several farmers. And many farmers have not been paid. Go to schools. Tulisikia wazazi, no, si wazazi. Tulisikia just the other day, some principals yesterday were saying they want to close the schools. Imagine. They are saying they want to close the schools because the government has not sent capitation money. And wengine wanasema midterm lazima tuende mapema. And you see what William Samoei Ruto did, he reduced the money for capitation. Imagine Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta alikuwa anapatia kila mwanafunzi 22,000 shilling. Sasa wakati William Samoei Ruto amekuja akapunguza with 5,000 shilling. Sasa hizo 5,000 shilling zilienda wapi? So he reduced the budget, he reduced the capitation money. That is why the schools are in crisis. That's why the parents are saying, that's why not the parents, that's why the principal are saying that they want to go for early midterm. Imagine warudi, I think this is the third week. They're in the third week and they're saying they want to go for midterm because of William Samoei Ruto's government. So, if ni nadra sana kuona mapolisi wakijitokeza ati kulalamika hivi. Ni nadra. But now they are saying things are getting out of hand. And once you send the kids home, wazazi wanaanza kulalamika, wanaanza kulialia wakisema hii serikali sijui nini. But you see, the problem is not the principals. The problem is the government. It is not sending the money. In the school, there are workers. In the school, there are bills to be paid. William Samoei Ruto is not sending the money. Amepunguza pesa. And then, something else. He removed something that was very important. Edu Afya was removed in schools. Sasa mtoto akiugua, mwanafunzi akiugua, alikuwa anapelekwa hospitali bila malipo, serikali ilikuwa inagharamia. Even complicated illness would be handled by the government. Today, the parents are on their own. Imagine, he removed Edu Afya. Na wazazi wako pale, nyinyi wazazi mko pale, hamjui that it was removed? Hamuongei? Was it good? Was Edu Afya good for you? Because a child, hata akiwa nyumbani, ageenda nyumbani, ageenda hospitalini kama angekuwa mgonjwa. Ageenda hospitalini hata akiwa mgonjwa bila kulipa. Today, parents are on their own. Students are on their own. So you can see, when we say that William Samoei Ruto does not care about the government, William Samoei Ruto does not care about anything. He's destroying this nation. And it is very clear that he's destroying this nation. Look at the price of bread is going to increase. Imagine. Alafu watu wakilamika ati wanaambiwa, this guy for finance Kimani Kuria anaambia watu ati serikali inataka wapunguze uzani. The government want you to lose weight. That is why it is decreasing. No, that's why it's increasing the price of bread. Imagine that you increase the price of bread so that people can lose their weight. You know, you are playing with the intelligence of Kenyans. This is an insult if you ask me. Huku ni kuwatukana wa Kenya. Huku ni kuona wa Kenya kama wajiga. Huku ni kuona wa Kenya kama mazuzu. You increase the cost of bread. No, bread is eaten by Kenyans. Bread is a meal for breakfast. Yes, Mwagi is saying, you can pray and a thief gets immobilized. Sky Modo, I am immobilizing Zakayo by praying. Continue praying. That is good. King of Conglad, karibu sana. So what we are saying, guys, please like the video as we continue sharing. And I want you to comment in the comment section. You say what you think about regarding Gachagua's war with William Samoei Ruto, what you think about the finance bill 2024-2025, what you think about parliaments, because these guys, they are not doing anything. We have lost our parliament. Hatuna chochote, hatuna bunge, hatuna nini. And we need to do so many things, guys. We need to do so many things because when we look at our country, we are losing it. When you look at what the state of economy is not good at all. When you look at William Samoei Ruto's manifesto and what he's doing, you see a very contradictory picture. Yani, jamaa alikuwa ameahidi mambo mengi. Huyu jamaa aliahidi. Haki ya Mungu aliahidi. Akaahidi kina mama. Akaahidi wakulima. Akaahidi walimu. Akaahidi madaktari. Akaahidi watu wa mikokoteni. Akaahidi watu wengi wakaamua wageuda serikali na yeye. Sasa hata baada ya kuambiwa wageuda serikali na yeye unajua, tuanze wapi? Unakumbuka ile song? Tuanze wapi? Tuanze na mama boga. alafu tuende kwa mtu wa mkokoteni, alafu tuende kwa baba boga, alafu tuende kwa mtu wa kuchoma mahidi. Mnasemaje? Mnasemaje? Semeni bottom up, bottom up, bottom up. Nisikie bottom up pale, bottom up pale, bottom up. Today, do you think William Samoei Ruto can repeat the same, guys? You know, sometimes I listen to William Samoei Ruto, the way he was talking. Nakumbuka wakati mwingine, I think he was in Kisii. Hii mafuta ambayo unapandisha kila siku. Hii mafuta mnapandisha kila siku. Hii Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, wacha hii mambo ya hasara si. Wacha hasara wachukue serikali. Hii mafuta Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta unaongeza kila siku. Today, the price of fuel is 100, almost 200, ladies and gentlemen. The same president who was accusing Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Yeah, he would say so many things. Sijui hizi stima. Hii baba stima mnapandisha kila siku. Wewe Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta wewe. Hii stima unapandisha kila siku. Wacha wewe hutaki kuona mahasara. Kwa sababu dynasty baya. Semeni hasara. Hasara. Semeni dynasty baya. Hapo wanasema dynasty baya. And then Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, unajua Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta alikuwa anajua huyu mtu vizuri sana. Alikuwa anajua kwamba watu walikuwa wanapagwa. I think I should start looking for Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta nitakutafuta siku moja. Kwa sababu Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was actually a prophet. By the way, do you know all what Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was saying has come to pass? Yani, all what he was saying has come to pass. Ati mnaambiwa dynasty baya. Dynasty baya kitu gani? Sasa ati mnaambiwa ati yule mtu ambaye alienda shuleni bila viatu, huyo ndio mtu mzuri. Huyo ndio mtu ambaye atajali maslahi yenu. Yule mtu ambaye ati unajua hawa watu wajui shida ni nini. Unajua sisi tulienda shuleni bila viatu. That was a qualification of being a leader. Ati kwa sababu ulienda shuleni bila viatu. Ati kwa sababu mtu alikuwa anauza kuku. Ati na mayai na nini na vifaraga pale kando ya barabara. Ati you'd make a very good. No. By the way, this country is not short of good leaders. And it is high time wananchi tuanze kufikiria kuhusu watu kama Matiang'i. Think of a person like Matiang'i. Because I strongly believe that Matiang'i can change this country. I strongly believe that Matiang'i is an honest man. But the problem is the voters. Christopher, the government promised so much and they realized they won't be able to cover it. And that fuel ilipatikana huko Turkana. What happened to it? None of the two governments said what happened to it. We need an answer to that one. We need an answer to that one. Kwa sababu mafuta tuyabua ilipatikana. Sijui tukaona ikiwekwa kwa magari as Christopher you are saying. Ya tunaona ikiwekwa kwa maroli, kwa trailer, truck, sijui ilikuwa inapelekwa wapi. Mpaka sasa we have never been told what to akina Gamia well, what. I totally agree with you on Matiang'i. Yeah, Matiang'i is a guy who can lead this nation. You know, one thing I like about Matiang'i. Matiang'i is honest. Very honest. Something else about Matiang'i. Matiang'i is forthright. Matiang'i is firm. Matiang'i is very, very firm. Matiang'i has the interest of this nation. And again, Matiang'i would not entertain some of this nonsense that you see. Hii mambo, unajua, Matiang'i by the way had also warned Kenyans about the wash government. Hii majamaa ambao mtachagua, wash government. Sasa tumeiona. Saa hizi Skymodo, kitu chochote kinaitanishwa na mafuta kiko juu. Kuanzia mafuta ya gari, ya kupika, ya kujipaka, gesi, stima, zinginezo. Sijui tunaelekea wapi. That is the elephant in the room. Joel Maura. That is the elephant in the room. And it is good that Kenyans are talking now. And it is good we agree that this finance bill is going to make life more difficult for Kenyans. It is good that we know even the price of fuel is going to increase. Because you see, they are saying that they are going to increase taxes of everything. Hakuna kitu ambacho kitabaki. Hakuna. And I remember when I was going through the finance bill, I remembered Mwai Kibaki, the way he zero-rated motorcycles. Yani, motorcycles. Ikawa sasa, ukileta motorcycle, ni vizuri hatuta zero rating. And he created a lot of employment. And by the way, William Samoei Ruto opposed that idea. I remember, alikuwa anasema ati Mwai Kibaki aliabidi sijui analeta kazi sijui za watu wa bodaboda, hataki watu kazi za aina hizi. That is also William Samoei Ruto was saying, by the way. And you can go and find William Samoei Ruto criticizing Kibaki over him about motorbikes. Dave Odiek Aaron, the problem is tribalism. Bro, we come from small community. Hatuna numbers. Dave, I tell you this. The problem is not, the problem of tribalism is not the voter. It's not watu wa kawaida. The problem of tribalism is with our leaders. It's with our leaders. Because if you go to Mathare, you find the neighbor, Kisii, Kikuyu, Luo, Tugen, Kalenjin. These are the neighbors. And they live well, very well. They live in harmony. They laugh together. Wanaenda kutafuta kazi pamoja. In fact, wanaambia mtu, ukisikia mahali kuna mjengo wewe niambie. Wanaitana vizuri sana. Sasa ikifika pale juu, sasa ndio watu wanaanza kuambiwa ati sijui Raila sijui nini, Kimoroki sijui nini, Matiang'i sijui nini. Kikuyu, I mean, the common mwananchi hana shida na ukabila. Hatuna shida na ukabila. Watu wanadanganywa, unaambiwa hivi, but now the problem with the voter is swallowing everything. He swallow the line, the hook and the sinker. That's the problem with the voter. Anakubaliana na hawa jamaa. Na hawa jamaa wako pale kujilibikizia mali. Because these guys, Christopher Iganje anasema, unfortunately for Matiang'i, he was used sana for the wrong reasons. Hadi could disrespect his deputy president sana, among other things, making people dislike him sana. He started so well, huko education. Yeah, education and also, I think, information. Matiang'i can work, by the way, all said and done. And I think Matiang'i, if given a chance, yes, we say he was misused, which is true, he was misused. And this is the problem with our politics. This is the problem with our politicians. Yani wanasiasa wanatuma na wengine na anafanya kitu na anajua si kizuri na finally these things comes to haunt you. It is the high time people start with their 2 feet. Mtu asimame na miguu yake ajue kwamba like now I like the way Gathoni wa Mushoba, and in fact I love that woman. I love that woman. I like the way she is studying. I like the way she is speaking truth to the power. I like the way she is educating Kenyans. I like the way she is telling people the truth. Kwa sababu hii serikali yetu pale ipo ni serikali isiyojali. Hii serikali yetu ni serikali ya kuwakandamiza wananchi. Ni serikali ya kujilibikizia mali. Yani wao ni siasa tu tangu asubuhi. Nanamuka asubuhi siasa. Because if I may ask you, when did you see William Samoei Ruto spending 2 days in an office? Yani anamuka kama vile Kibaki. Unajua Kibaki would wake up thinking about this nation. He would go to State House, anafanya kazi, planning, calling people on the ground. He would send Karisa Maitha, that alikuwa anaitwa Hurricane, Karisa Maitha, enda ukaangalie kule the local government kunaendeleaje. He would send Raila Amolo Odinga, enda uangalie hizo barabara zile zinajengwa, enda ufanye hivi. He would send Mishuki, zile barabara enda uangalie. Hatutaki kuona more accident. Lakini sasa William Samoei Ruto does not spend time in office. He spent time politicking. He spent time trying to win power every day. And before he knows what is happening, before Kenyans know what is happening, huwa amesha fanya megi sana. Kile watu wataona ni kwamba immediately he will come back from Korea. Mtasikia sasa ako na safari ingine. Anapanga safari ingine because he does not rest. Ni rais wa kutagachaga, rais mzururaji, rais asiyetulia. We need a president who would stick in office. Why not send Gachagua to go and represent them and represent the nation? Na kumkumbuke huyu ni rais ambaye alituambia kwamba hawatakuwa wakifuata basi vile wakiingia mabasi kama wanafunzi wa shule. You will not be packed in bus like school children. This is the first time we are doing it. And today angalia wa Afrika wote au marais wote wako kule Korea wakipiga magoti wape misaada. And William Samoei Ruto had told us that you are not going to do it. But anyway, we cannot trust William Samoei Ruto more kwa sababu tumejionea mengi, tumesikia mengi, tumeona taifa likiagamia. Tumeona Wakenya wakitamauka. Tumeona hali ikiwa baya sana kila wakati, na I don't know what you think, and I want to appreciate you guys for coming, and I can see we are so many stock. Karibu. Hello, do you have any insight on the Mada Bay rumors? Kunasemekana Ruto amesign deal na US to set up detention prison for Houthi rebels guy captured in Red Sea, Yemen, another Guantanamo Bay prison. It is possible. You know what I told you guys? Hii mikataba ambayo anaweka, the inking deals, the deals that he's signing, they are not brought into the limelight. I have no idea about what is happening there. But what I know, and I've always said this, that anytime the president signs something, he signs it on the behalf of the nation. And Kenya should be told clearly that tumefanya hivi. We have agreed this. US is going to do A, B, C, and D. Like now, most likely, during the US deal, walikubaliana mambo ya GMO. Walikubaliana mambo ya GMO. And very soon, tutaona mambo ya GMO. And William Samoei Ruto need to come out and tell Kenyans, hapana, mambo ya GMO hatukubaliana. Because some people, there are rumors all over that mambo ya LGBTQ was also discussed. But Kenyans don't know. We need to know. So this idea, I'm saying this because of Stock 254, what he has said about signing ati tuwe na maprison nini. I think we need to come clearly. Now this thing should be published even in Kenya Gazette, tusome tuone vile ambavyo kumefanyika. David Odiek, Aaron, only God can save our country Kenya. Tumemalizwa jameni. Tumemalizwa, huo ni ukweli. But what I know, if Kenyans decide to say no to draconian rules, if Kenyans decide to say no to the finance bill, which is draconian, which is depressive, if Kenyans decide to tell William Samoei Ruto, hapana, unajua sasa hapa umetumiza sana, you are trying to interfere with our democratic gains. Because kile ambacho tunajua ni kwamba hili taifa, uhuru ambao tuko nao hapa, even the way we are talking here, wakati wa Moi hatugeongea hivi. But now the second liberation came, our constitution came, and people are given total freedom. By the way, you have the right to express yourself the way you want, as long as you're not hurting anybody. You have inalienable rights. Our constitution has the best bill of rights admired all over the world. Yes, that is what we are saying. That this freedom, we fought for it. But we are very fast losing the gains that were made by akina Koigi wa Mwele, akina Raila Amolo Odinga, akina Matiba, akina Jaramogi, akina Masinde Muliro. Those guys who fought for the second liberation. Akina Paul Mwite. By the way, today, Paul Mwite, if somebody asks you more about Paul Mwite, when I saw Paul Mwite just the other day, I remembered the way I talked to him on one-on-one when he was not in government that time. And I remembered the way I was reminding him, vile ambavyo alipigania the second liberation and how I used to admire him. You know, those times they were called the young tax. They were called the young tax, and people are very, very happy with them. And today, when you look at Paul Mwite, sasa unajiuliza serikali iko wapi angalie watu kama hawa? You see, it's a government that doesn't care about people who fought for it. But you understand why they don't care, because when you look at William Samoei Ruto opposed the 2010 constitution, yet he's now expected to implement the same constitution. When you look at Gachie Gachagua, who was a former DO, Gachie Gachagua was among the people who were in the provincial administration who are being used by Daniel Toroitich arap Moi to harass, to intimidate, and to stop the second liberation. These are the guys who are being used. And these are the people who are in power. What do you expect, ladies and gentlemen? Do you expect these guys to care about or to mind about the people who fought for the second liberation? Remember William Samoei Ruto leading the no campaign against the constitution. akakataa kabisa. Na sasa he's the one who is leading the nation, is the one who is defending the constitution. Do you expect William Samoei Ruto to support or to defend the constitution? Don't. Zero. He can't, because he has never fought for anything. He has never fought for anything. Again, if you look at William Samoei Ruto, sometimes it is also good to look at things outside the box. Think outside the box sometimes. With all due respect, William Samoei Ruto is not a manager. He's not a manager. He has been to politics since 1992. Youth for Kanu 92, akaingia pale, akatoka hapo, akaenda wapi, akaingia serikali ya Daniel Toroitich arap Moi. He was made an assistant minister. Dia huyo akaingia tena serikali ya Kibaki, minister for agriculture, kukawa na scandals and miscandals. Ndio huyo deputy president, he's now the president. So he has never been to any managerial problem, training. He's a very poor manager. When you look at him, he's a very poor manager. When you compare him to Kibaki, Kibaki was a gold manager. He was able to manage our economy. He was able to understand our economy. He was able to bring the nation together. He was able to save this nation. But what about William Samoei Ruto? What do you expect? Do you expect William Samoei Ruto to liberate this nation when yale ambayo yeye mwenyewe hajui? Because unajua, one thing about William Samoei Ruto, he's gifted with the gaps. Yani anaongea vizuri sana, kama vile Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta alitwambia, maneno matamu. Yes, he speaks so well, very well, eloquent, admired, restless, and very convincing. But now, the line is drawn when it comes now to implementing those good words. That's where the problem is. Hezron Koech, you voted for them. Now you are complaining. I'm not complaining. No. Lipa ushuru, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. There's nothing wrong, Koech. Hezron, what is wrong with you? What we are saying here, Uhuru Kenyatta alifanya vizuri. Wacha kutuambia hii mambo ati alituachia madeni. This is propaganda that is being sold by Kenya Kwanza guys. It is hurting. Hezron, kubali ukweli. Kubali ya kwamba we are Kajanazi nation. Kubali ya kwamba kuna ukabila mwingi sana ndani ya serikali ya William Samoei Ruto. Hezron Koech, madeni haya yamekuwepo tangu zamani, lakini sasa William Samoei Ruto anazidi kukopa. We are not seeing what he's doing with the money. That is what we are saying. By the way, Koech, leta watu wengine tuongee. Leta watu ambao na maoni kama yako. And because you are saying you voted for them, now you are complaining. You are not complaining. You are not complaining. You are just saying the finance bill is hurting. Ama wewe Koech, nikuulize, mafuta unanunua kwa pesa ngapi? Labda kwenu mnauziwa kwa bei ya chini. Because the last time I checked, the price of petrol was everywhere. Ama tuseme kwa mfano like now, hii madeni, government is going to increase the bank transaction. Sasa kwenu, are you telling me that tunalipa madeni, the government is increasing taxes ndio tulipe madeni? No. Show me one project, Koech. Show me just one road that has been constructed by William Samoei Ruto. Show me. Tell me why William Samoei Ruto has stopped the projects that were started by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Tell me, Koech, uniambie vizuri sana. Uniambie why William Samoei Ruto removed Edu Afya for the student in high school. Tell me why William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, decreased the capitation of money from 22,000 to 17,000. Koech, ogea, hapa tukaogea. And by the way, feel free to say anything here. Feel free. This is the right to give a different opinion, but let this opinion be followed by facts. Show us. Koech amenyamaza. Amesema na deni italipwa vipi bila ushuru, na tunataka maendeleo ya barabara, hospitali. How does the government get the funding? There are so many sources of funding. By the way, William Samoei Ruto, the way he has been taxing Kenyans, he should be giving people who are not employed, anafaa kuwa analipa some allowances. He is collecting a lot of money. Hezron, Kibaki was able to move this country to greater heights na kitu kidogo sana, na pesa kidogo sana. The government collect a lot of money. Unajua Hezron, wacha nikwambia, when you look at the energy sector, which is dominated by the people of one community, well, because there's a lot of money that flows. Angalia the energy. Look at zile pesa ambazo zinalipwa na watu wanalipa kwa stima. Angalia. Ana usahau ya kwamba our president has increased the nini? Has increased the cost of electricity. So the cost of doing business is very, very high. So what we are saying, we agree that the country is headed in the wrong direction. We agree on that. Secondly, we also need to agree that William Samoei Ruto is not living to his expectation. We also agree that William Samoei Ruto has borrowed, by the way, note this, Ezra, William Samoei Ruto has borrowed more money than what Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta borrowed in 5 years. Ezra, almost 50% of revenue goes to recurrent expenditure, salaries, equipment. These are propaganda. These are propaganda. You know, Kenya is not the only government. There are so many governments. There's a government in America. There's government everywhere. Unajua, by the way, let me tell you, if you look around, anytime you take coffee in the morning, you are paying the government tax. Anytime you board a matatu, serikali inakula pesa zako. Anytime unawasha stima, serikali inakula. So the government gets a lot of money. But this propaganda of telling people 50% going to what? This is a lie. That's a lie. These guys are stealing money. Wanaiba pesa zetu, tukubali. There are so many scandals. I'm not saying that Kibaki was an angel. I'm not saying that Uhuru was an angel. But they were better leaders. They were skilled in management. Graduate Taylor, greed is serious in Kenya and around the world. Government since COVID. Hata hii mambo ya COVID, hii ilikuja tu ndio pesa ziibwe. Kuna kitu kingine. So that they could start various companies, so that they could start manufacturing some funny injections. And ukiangalia, they may end up actually coming up with other issues that are going to destroy this nation. And I don't know, but because of time, guys, allow me to end this video here. We shall be coming live many times because I want to rush somewhere. Kuna kitu ambacho nataka kuangalia. I want to meet some coffee farmers today. I know somewhere kuna mkutano mahali Murang'a. Nitaenda hapo. I want to hear farmers crying. I want to hear from the horse's mouth. And you see, unajua tuliambiwa pesa mfukoni. Pesa mfukoni, hatuna pesa. Tuliambiwa sijui nini. We are not getting it. So guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Feel free to subscribe to this channel. Feel free to always come here. This is our second video. We had uploaded another one in the morning. You can also watch that one. Pale ambapo Gachagua alikuwa anatisha Ruto na anatisha Gachagua na viongozi wa Nairobi akiwaambia wataonana na wananchi. It's gonna be very, very interesting. You can't miss this channel, by the way. Have a blessed evening and please like this video. Bye bye.